Blessings, my people. Welcome back to you all. People, so today we are talking about a reggae dancehall entertainer, and I mean, who passed off in a one tragic way, people. You get me? We are going to talk about him rise, and we are going to also talk about how him eventually fall. You know what I mean? The stories that are out there versus my opinion as it relates to how he came to his demise. And people, today we are talking about Garnet Silk, none other than Garnet Silk, aka Garnet Smith, Little Bimbo, same way. You get me, people?
We've got a lot more coming.
Garnet Silk was born in 1966, you know what I mean, in Manchester, where he grew up as a humble little youth with his mother. And Garnet Silk music career started off when he was 12 years old. That time he went by the name Little Bimbo. Garnet Silk was a selector, so his musical career actually started off. So Garnet Silk never did actually start off as a singer or as a DJ. Garnet Silk was a selector who played on many different sound systems. Sounds such as Conquering Lion, Soul Remembrance, Pepper Disco, Superphonic, and a sound named Destiny International. And I write this so he meet up with Tony Rebel right at a sound there. You get me, say people? Garnet Silk are one of the first selected them for turning an artist. You get me? Garnet Silk, after meeting up with Tony Rebel, recorded his first song in 1985. But back in that time, Garnet Silk was more of a hardcore DJ. His first song actually took 2 years to release, you know what I mean, from 1985, and it released in 1987. The song named Problem Everywhere. In 1988, people, Sugar Minott had a youth label, and Garnet Silk, because of his talent, you know what I mean, and association with Tony Rebel, became a part of Sugar Minott's youth label promotion. So Sugar Minott did actually have a label back in the days where I push the younger youth them who have talent. So Garnet Silk start to do a whole heap of work with Tony Rebel, you know what I mean? Them they all over the place are work together. Different sound system them depend on work together, you know what I mean? After Garnet Silk started doing a lot of work with Tony Rebel and different sound system all over the place, you know what I mean? To the excitement of a lot of people, Garnet Silk changed his name from Little Bimbo to just simply Bimbo now. You get to be as a people because he might get big now, so him take off the little half of the Bimbo. And because of that type of recognition with Tony Rebel, you know that Silk, aka Bimbo, eventually quit being a sound system DJ. And because of the influence of Tony Rebel, who was already a Rasta man, you know that Garnet Silk eventually became a Rasta. A dub poet by the name of Yassa Safari, who was friends with Garnet Silk and Tony Rebel, also helped to influence, you know what I mean, and bring Garnet Silk into the Rasta religion, you know what I mean, teach him the ways of Rasta and so on and so forth. In 1989, a veteran singer by the name of Derek Morgan was the one who suggested that Garnet Silk turned away from DJing and started to sing. While singing, people, Garnet Silk worked with a lot of producers. You know what I mean? King Tubby, Prince Jammy, you get me? And a few more until him eventually signed a 2-year contract with Steely and Clevie. You know what I mean? Him recorded an album for them, and that was when they decided that they would change his name from Garnet Smith to Garnet Silk because of how smooth he was when he was singing. I mean, you know, Garnet Silk voice mellow and smooth, and because of that, them call him Garnet Silk. Him recorded a whole heap of song with Steely and Clevie that were not released. Only one of the song them did get released, and the one with Chevelle Franklin. And I mean, it never really got the distance that Garnet Silk expected it to. So Garnet Silk went back to Manchester, people, you get me? And decided, say, I'm gonna just buckle down and start write a whole lot of song, you get me? So Garnet Silk basically got tied on himself in a songwriting. After a while, people, Garnet Silk link up back with Tony Rebel, you know what I mean? Tony Rebel introduced Garnet Silk to Courtney Cole. You know, Courtney Cole is the owner of Roof International Records, and his studio was located in Ocho Rios. So you know, Garnet Silk connect with him, and Garnet Silk go to Ocho Rios and them do a whole heap of recording. Garnet Silk do a whole heap of recording for the production company, the people, you get me? Alright, that's so Garnet Silk start to get the real big break, you get me? The song when your mama, alright, that's so him build a song there. And the song was say, 7 Spanish angels. Alright, this is the song they built. You get me as a people. So Garnet Silk get 2 big hit song right this up.
I'm here to teach and comfort people. Because Jah put her here so for do the work there. You know? And I'm on see myself.
Because of him success, people, you know, Garnet Silk head back to Kingston in 1992 when he start to work back with a whole lot of producers in a Kingston.
There be no mercy for the merciless. No, 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 no. No mercy for the merciless. Advantage of the underprivileged, too long living in bondage. Advantage of the situation. I work, you get the promotion. Advantage of the underprivileged, too long living in a bondage. Advantage of the situation. I work, you get the promotion. Everyone is looking out for themselves. God knows they care about no one else. Worth their tricks by giving a little, only to deceive you. Then break your poor little heart in two. They're taking advantage of the underprivileged, too long living in bondage. Advantage of the situation. I work, you get the promotion. Advantage of the underprivileged, too long living in bondage. Advantage of the situation. I work, you get the promotion. It may be long, but not forever.
Him find some more hit song and so on, people, you get me? So Garnet Silk thing take off on a real level now, people, you get me? Garnet Silk and Tony Rebel continue to work together same way, and Garnet Silk continue to deliver a whole heap of hit song, people. You know, almost every song where Garnet Silk drop is a hit. Song like Zion in a Vision and so on and so forth. You know, Garnet Silk start to get a whole heap of international recognition for the good quality music that he was putting out. Because of the high demand, people, you know, Garnet Silk was doing a lot of touring all over, you know what I mean? Him not rest. And you know, Rastaman eat. Rastaman kinda eat differently. And you know, Garnet Silk do stage show after stage show because him have a whole heap of material. Oh, him did also have him album where I promote at the time. So you know, Garnet Silk do back-to-back shows. And as you say, people, you know, Rastaman eat. Rastaman really eat certain food. You get me, people? So Garnet Silk eventually collapsed and one time stage show them in a New York. Yes, people. Garnet Silk was suffering from low blood pressure. Garnet Silk dropped down. Him couldn't do no work for 6 months. You get me, I say, people? Because the doctor them say, yo, look here, you have to take a break. Because as we say, Rastaman don't really eat certain things. So you know, say the Rasta the kind of weak out. Garnet Silk was supposed to headline even Sumfest in the same year, and him couldn't headline Sumfest. You get me, I say, people, because him did sick out. And you know, so once you get too exhausted and you suffer from exhaustion, if you're not careful, you might end up losing life. You get me, I say, people? So Garnet Silk really had to take that break. So Garnet Silk end up miss out on a lot in that time because he also had this album that he was pushing and so on and so forth, people. You get me? But Garnet Silk career start off and Garnet Silk career a boom, people, you know what I mean? Garnet Silk was slowly becoming a legend, you know what I mean? And at an early age too. As I know, people, that was close to the end of 1993, you get me? So in a late about the middle of 1994, you know, Garnet Silk bounced back on the scene with a whole heap more hit song, people. It's like Garnet Silk come back with a vengeance. He was the hot artist at that time. So, you know, Garnet Silk headline Reggae Sumfest that year there, and him headline Reggae Sunsplash. A lot of people don't remember Reggae Sunsplash, you know, but they want big something. Garnet Silk end up signing a deal with Atlantic Records, you know what I mean? Atlantic Records are a big thing, you see me? Garnet Silk was in the process of recording an album for them, but after him do most of the song them, you know what I mean? Garnet Silk left Kingston and went back to Manchester because he got some information that his mother's home was burglarized and people broke into the house and stole things from there. So it is alleged that Garnet Silk borrowed 2 guns from an attorney at that time, and Garnet Silk go down to Manchester with him 2 guns them. On December 9, 1994, it is alleged that Garnet Silk, having had the 2 guns with him, was in his mother's house along with some other friends. You know what I mean? One of whom said that he would show him how the gun is operated, because Garnet Silk as a countryman no know nothing about gun, and him have a little brethren from country too where claims that him know about gun. So that the friend they show Garnet Silk how him to operate the gun. So it is alleged say the gun miraculously and coincidentally go off and hit the propane pan, that are the gas pan, according to how we Jamaicans say it. It caused an explosion and a fire.
Fire in the hole. Oh, shoot it again.
So the house, which is a board house, Garnet Silk was actually in the process of doing construction, building up his mother's house. So the house, which was currently a board house, engulfed in flames. Garnet Silk and his friend escaped out of the fire. Then afterwards, Garnet Silk realized that his mother was still trapped in the house. Garnet Silk ran back in the house to save his mother and ended up dying in the fire with his mother. That is the allegation. The legendary Garnet Silk perished in a fire whilst attempting to save his mother because he was feeling guilty, because it was as a result of his reckless and carelessness that led to the fire in the first place. You understand what I say, people? Well, that is a story, but that doesn't necessarily mean I saw it go. You get me as a people, because in a life, one of the things me know, you have to be careful of people. One of the things persons who are successful in life have to understand, whenever you are from a particular area, particular community where you grew up, you know what I mean, that is where most people know you from a little bit, know you from a never have nothing. The people in that community where you are from are the persons who will love you the most, and they are also the ones who will hate you the most. Remember me tell you people, because a lot of them never really expect you to go up there. So the story that was given that Garnet Silk perished as a result of him shooting a propane pan, causing a fire, and him never realized his mother never run out of the house, and then him have to run back into the house to go save his mother, and then him end up getting killed in the house. That story that sound hard, and that story that sound strange, because people, listen, Garnet Silk could have must did know say his mother never did run out of the house, because if him dead, the shot go off, yes so propane pan catch a fire there, so you must know say your mother never did run out of the house. So you if you go secure your mother first before you come out of the house. It's not like so when you shoot a propane pan, it a go just explode like a one bomb and just bomb up the place, because it's not a bomb. It's a propane pan. Can cause fire, will cause fire. Okay people? But it just happen. You can't able to save yourself and save whosoever in the house. So that the story that to me sound kind of off. You get me as a people? Yeah. And this is just my opinion. You get me? This is just my opinion based on the allegations. That story there sound kind of off. It not sound so 100 like say, yes, it easily digestible say, yes, I saw him dead. Because how fast will a 1 or a 2 bedroom house be completely engulfed in flames? Remember, this is something that happens quick, So it's supposed to happen in a second, You understand what I say? And if a propane pan in the kitchen will catch a fire first. The whole of the house now go just burn down one time, so whoops. The kitchen will catch a fire, and the mother never in the kitchen, obviously, because she does the gun. You get what I say, people? So the story just don't add up when me look into it from my perspective. You understand? I don't know how the investigation went. I don't know anything about what transpired, but based on what is written and what I have read and what I have heard, because when Garnet Silk dead, me a young youth, little youth, and Garnet Silk drop out, we hear say Garnet Silk dead, and we hear the same story and we see it written. They get me as a people, but the story just does sound so 100. You get me as say what could have happened was Garnet Silk could have been killed by one of the same persons that he was there with. Remember, you know, people, Garnet Silk is an entertainer, you know, very successful entertainer. It was on the rise. Garnet Silk never really reached where I'm supposed to reach it. A lot of other persons never want to see Garnet Silk reach nowhere in the music because Garnet Silk could have surpassed a lot of them. So it could have been possible for somebody pay one of the same man them with their own Garnet Silk to get rid of him. You understand? And come with that the story there. If you say, well, I burn up in the fire. If I them shoot him and shoot him mother and him burn up in the house, then autopsy, nah, it go hard for autopsy determine, say, well, yes, a shot him did get because his body burn up. You get me, I say, people. So, some of them story, we have to just look into them. You know what I mean? We can form our own theory. We attack on facts because we never did it. But everybody entitled to them own opinion. You get me? And we attack based off of things that happen with other people. You get me? People get set up by them friends all the time. Sometimes for money and sometimes just because of jealousy and envy. However, it's a very sad situation. You know what I mean? Garnet Silk would have been here doing great things. You know what I mean? People, Garnet Silk had great potential. But I'm saying it's unfortunate that he lost his life at such a young age. But people, that is just my opinion. You know what I mean, people? You can leave your opinion in the comment section if you so wish. You get me, as a people? But some of the time when things happen, we have to just look at it from different angles. You know what I mean? We are not God. We were not there. I mean, I was just almost a baby when that happened. But at the end of the day, we have sense. You know what I mean? Common sense. So anyway, peeps, you can like, subscribe, and share. Peace.